Welcome to the Thundercloud Sage. Hopefully others will join us, but if they don't, they can go fuck themselves, San Diego. Let's get a poll going, and the poll will be, has Jerry Jones lost his marbles? So let's start that poll. And Sage obviously has an opinion that he feels very strong about. He says anyone who says no has also lost their marbles. Be sure to vote, Sage. Be sure to vote. That's all I have to say there. All right, let's get the news out of the way. Let's of course start in the NBA, and for the third straight day, we're going to report that John Wall has retired from the NBA. So that's a 3-for-1 special right there. That's your NBA news for today. Is that fucking John Wall is no longer going to be playing in the NBA. It won't let Sage vote. Nameless says I'm about to fucking fall asleep. Well, guess what? Good news. This is going to be a short stream. There's no games. The Blue Jays didn't play today, but we're going to get to that really shortly. I'm just trying to check the NFL news, and as you know, when it's the fucking spring training for the fucking NFL, there's a lot of fucking bullshit that I need to kind of simmer through here. So let's just take a look here. You got the Washington Commanders signing a center named Nick Harris. Fractured his fibula in 2024, which ended his season. He's a former 5th-round draft pick in the 2020 NFL draft, and he has a career snap total of 612 in 4 seasons. So, do you know what that tells me? He's not even he's barely a bench player at that snap count. So, not very notable at all. Let's move to the next one. It looks like, okay, this could be involving the Packers potentially, depending on Marshawn Lloyd's health status. But according to Diana Rossini, the Saints, Browns, and Chiefs are among teams that are making calls in search of running backs. If you know the Green Bay Packers, we've got 4 of them. And, we might keep all 4, or we might keep 3, but that'll depend on the health of Marshawn Lloyd. So, could see us maybe getting a 7th back if we wanted to trade like an Emmanuel Wilson or a what's his fucking name there, Chris Brooks. But we'll see what happens. Marshawn Lloyd is currently injured, but it's not like severe or anything like that. What else do we have? Oh, they signed the sex offender. The Browns signed Isaiah Bond a few months ago, and he was a guy with potentially a 1st-round grade, but I think he's a raper too. So looks like he didn't get arrested, but yeah, his stock went from being a 1st, 2nd-round pick all the way to an undrafted free agent in this year's draft class. Looks like he's been looking pretty good for the Browns, though, to be honest. Hopefully he can keep his off-the-field conduct at bay, we'll say. What else do we got here? It looks like Tre'Davious White had an injury, leg injury. Not good. He's been injured in the past. I think he tore his ACL not that long ago. Got a little bit of Packers news in here, and it's not really news, but just basically Matt LaFleur saying that the Packers trading Romeo Dobbs, is not going to happen, and it doesn't really make sense to trade him, given that, okay, if the Packers make a trade, it's going to be with Cincinnati or Dallas, both who have a lot of wide receivers, so they're not going to ask for him back in a trade if we were to, say, pick up Micah Parsons or Trey Hendrickson. And he's probably a guy that we would either let walk or potentially re-sign, but I doubt it. So he'll probably, after this year, be obviously a free agent. And we'll probably just let him walk away and then get a compensation pick for him. Probably a pretty good one because he's going to get paid pretty damn good. He is a good wide receiver. We'll save the Jerry Jones stuff for later. What else do we got here? This is a significant injury for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Derek Harmon, their first-round pick this year, who was expected to be one of the starters on the defensive line, is injured. He was carted off with a knee injury. So if they lose him for an extended amount of time, that's certainly not going to be good. So hopefully he's not injured for that long. Jets placed edge Rashad Weaver on the injured reserve. Okay, don't care about that. Xavier McKinney of the Packers returned to practice in a limited capacity, but he's going to be all right. They took the time with him. Looks like Jackson Dart is cleared to play in Week 3 against the Patriots in the preseason. So he's definitely a guy who's going to win the job over Russell Wilson. Maybe not right away, but I'd say by Week 3 of the real season, he'll be the starter. He's actually looked like a good pick for the Giants. As much as I don't want to admit it, he looks pretty damn good so far. But we'll see. It's only preseason. Can't make too much about it. The Blue Jays today did gain a half-game lead on the New York Yankees without even having to play. The Boston Red Sox toppled the New York Yankees 6-3. Pretty close game by the looks of it, except it looks like it got away from the Yankees late. So let me see who potentially fucked up. It was not the guy that normally fucks up, though. It wasn't him. Looks like some guy named DeSantos fucked up, but he didn't allow an earned run, so that tells me the Yankees made an error late in the game tonight. I'm going to read the comments here. It looks like Nameless is a little fired up about something. Bad news, I'm going to fucking mute for the rest since the Red Sox won, much to his chagrin. And then he says, who cares? The Browns still have Deshaun Watson. No. You have to bring Deshaun Watson into the fold here. You know, he used to be my fantasy quarterback until he became a bit of a raper, too. There are a lot of rapers in the NFL, no? Seems like it. A lot of sex offenders, including Jameis Winston, too. Repeat what he called them. He called them the Red Cucks. And I found it highly inappropriate. You call them by their proper name. We're not taking shots at teams just because your team fucking sucks. We're not fucking doing that just because they dropped a goddamn game to them. We're going to be respectful here, even against our rivals. You're welcome, Sage. But please tell Nameless that he needs to keep it PG if he wants to be here. This is a fucking family-friendly fucking network. And he needs to watch his fucking mouth from time to time. Please, with all due respect, shut your fucking mouth if you've got nothing nice to say, okay? Now, moving on from rapers, we're going to talk about kind of the situation out there in Dallas and what's been going on. So, apparently, and I think this goes back to March, and then there was another negotiation, I don't know, months later. I think it was August. I don't know the exact details, nor do I fucking care. But there's been negotiations between Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones. Now, the weird part of it is they're doing they're doing negotiations without the agent present, which is kind of weird. And I don't necessarily believe what Jerry Jones is saying at all. Let me just go to ESPN just so I can read a quote so you guys don't think I'm off the fucking rail and that I've lost my marbles as well. Because I actually do not think that I believe one thing, but I don't believe some things. So I do believe that they made him an offer that would have made him the highest paid player other than a quarterback ever. Okay, I do believe that. But if I kind of scroll down the article a little bit, there's something about $200 million guaranteed, and I do not think that that's even close to being accurate. So This is so for the team. Blah blah blah. Jones mentioned guaranteeing somebody close to $200 million when he discussed Parsons' contract. Now that it's kind of seems sketchy because there's somebody close that he's telling it to, so I'm not really buying $200 million. Okay, I believe $200 million makes sense. Like less than 200, it would be less than 200. When I first read that, I read that as a guaranteed $200 million, which of course would not happen at all. But maybe they are talking about the guarantees because they go on to say that the highest guarantee for a non-quarterback is 123.5 for Nick Bosa, or by Myles Garrett. Then you've got 119.9 for Nick Bosa. Then you've got wide receiver Jamar Chase with 112. Maybe they did mean guaranteed, but they're not going to guarantee that much in guaranteed money. I don't think that's true. I would say the guarantee would be somewhere closer to $150 million, and the total contract would be just under 200. I mean, if we look at it like, let's just say, like 45 fucking times 4 is fucking 180. Unless they're talking a 5-year deal, I have no sweet fucking clue. But that just seems like lofty to say that you're going to guarantee someone close to $200 million. That would just be insane. And if it's true, why wouldn't Micah Parsons be jumping all over that? It makes no sense at all. The next highest guarantee is fucking $123.5 million for Myles Garrett. Granted, Myles Garrett's older, but I'm just saying, it actually makes no sense. So I don't think Jerry Jones is necessarily telling the truth. I mean, he's basically playing hardball, and this is kind of where the Cowboys have been getting in trouble a lot lately. Is like, okay, extend your players early. So he's basically talking about, okay, we've got him under contract for the 5th year, which is true, and then you can franchise tag him 2 more years. So he's basically saying, well, we've got all the leverage because we can just franchise tag him, so we've got 3 years more control. Okay, and they apparently, based on my recollection, did this with Dak Prescott. So they played hardball with Dak Prescott rather than paying him a year or 2 earlier, and they ended up giving a franchise tag, which of course is all guaranteed money, ends up inflating the cap number for that year, and on top of that, they ended up paying, making him the richest quarterback of all time at that time when they had decided to pay him. Do things early. Don't fucking do things late. This is kind of why the Cowboys fucking suck, and they almost did the fucking same thing with CD Lamb as well, where they could have got a deal done earlier, and you end up paying more every year that you wait. You're fucking putting, like, I don't know how much, 10 or 15 million on the table per year. Like, it makes no sense at all. I don't necessarily agree with getting rid of the franchise tag, in my opinion. I kind of like the franchise tag. It's costly. If you do the franchise tag, it's certainly costly. I'm not really sure what to make of what Jerry Jones said today while he was talking to Michael Irvin on his podcast. I don't necessarily think it's all true. Otherwise, if you were the agent, why would you be like, we need more money than that? I don't understand it. He's not going to get $50 million a year. He'll get, he'll probably get, what, 42 to 45 a year? He's not getting $50 million a year. That's just not going to happen for a guy that doesn't throw the fucking football, in my opinion. But, I mean, maybe Jerry Jones is telling the truth, and well, if he's telling the truth, okay, what's Micah Parsons' agent looking for? Like $300 million? I'm not really sure what to make there. All I know is be interesting to see a trade. I think the Packers do make the most sense to make a trade. If you're trading for fucking Micah Parsons, you're giving up at least 2 firsts and young players that could potentially help him. Quay Walker would make sense. As I said, the wide receivers wouldn't make sense. Potentially Rasheed Walker in a trade for, Micah Parsons would make sense as well, given that we got Jordan Morgan and Anthony Belton as well. Rasheed Walker's on a walk year, So he's probably not going to be back next year. We're not going to pay him, what, $20 million a year that he's going to get or whatever. So I think the Packers match up well for both Micah Parsons or Trey Hendrickson. Now, Trey Hendrickson, he's older, 4 years older. Pretty damn good. I mean, he's got, what, 37.5 sacks or 35 sacks his last 2 years. He's only going to cost like a second plus maybe a Quay Walker type. I mean, I don't have any problem doing that deal. He's not going to cost as much per year anyway. But, yeah, we'll see how it unfolds. They're saying, old Schottenheimer saying that he expects him back for week 1 of the season. I don't necessarily buy that. He hasn't been practicing, but then again, if the right money is offered, which if Jerry Jones is telling the truth, seems like that would be the right money, why wouldn't you be all over that? All right, let's move on. There's better leagues than the NFL, and that is going to be the Pete Rose Bowl cut, of course. We've got a couple moves. We got one move to break down. So we got William Abreu going to the DL today. Being added is Ramon Laureano, who's had a good year. Better against lefties than righties, but nonetheless having a very good year. I think he's got a 902 OPS prior to today. Annette's awesome team or astounding team is up 11-3. Alejandro's astounding team up 9-3 against Vlad the Impalers. And then the Shit Bowl is 10-5 in favor of Graham's great team. So there you have it. We've covered all the leagues that actually matter. I'm going to take a look at the comments here. Okay, so I've got a question being asked to me. So we got the road to the Rose Bowl from Sage. What do you think, and this is nameless, what do you think of the Yankees drafting a guy who drew a swastika on a Jewish student's dorm room door? I mean, I'm going to have to plead the fifth here. I've got no comment. It's certainly not laughable. It's certainly not affable. And it makes me sick to my stomach that you guys would employ such a fucking wildebeest of a personality. Shame on you, Yankees, for drafting a sick son of a bitch like that. Thank you, Sage. Loves how I said that. It's the truth, though. And I think that's where we're going to have to call it, because, like, you know, you guys aren't making the funny with comments like that, so please, just stop it. Just stop it. Is that real news? Who's the sick son of a bitch that drew such a thing on such a person's dorm room door? Dear God. He should be banished. A Canadian. Core Jackson. Well, I'm going to have to look up Core Jackson now just for journalistic purposes. Oh, it's on Yahoo. Is this written by Jeff Passan? Wow. It looks like Jack Bauer wrote the article. Isn't he like a superhero or something? Oh, Jesus fuck. He's drafted in the 5th round. Was 17 years old when he says he got blackout drunk and drew the swastika in October 2021, he told The Athletic. He claims he doesn't remember the incident, didn't remember who lived in the dorm room, and he broke down in tears when someone told him what he did the next day. Yeah, I bet he did. his position is SS. Oh, that's just sick. That is just sick. And it's all lies. Oh my God. He's got a good PR person helping him. Just tell him you were drunk is all. That's not usually what your go-to for PR, but in this situation, it's actually a pretty good defense if you ask me. He says he felt like the worst person in the world. He says that he attempted to apologize to the student, but was told by the campus police that he was not allowed to contact them. He was not arrested and reportedly faced no repercussions. Okay. I'm just going to read through a bit more here. He goes on to say that he takes discrimination and similar allegations very seriously and has policies and procedures in place to rapidly respond to student concerns. So this isn't him. This would be Nebraska saying this shit, even though they didn't discipline him by the sounds of it. The Yankees were aware of it. He told all 30 teams about the swastika. The Yankees scouting director, Damon Oppenheimer. Oh, yeah, that's a fucking... Yeah, that's... Okay, that's an interesting name. Said he did his due diligence on Jackson. Okay. 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 Yeah, I think we've figured it all out. I think we've connected all the dots here. His agent is Jewish too, by the way. Well, I can tell you that the scouting director sure as hell ain't Jewish by the sounds of his name. What did you expect from a kid named Core? 2 core for school is what I'm seeing right here. Unbelievable. I can honestly say I was not expecting to talk about this tonight. That's the weird part. His actual name is James. Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries. Why would he go by Core? Now, that's something we'll have to dig deeper into, because that could be a anti-Semitic movement, perhaps. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that he's anti-Semitic. I'm just saying it could be. It could be his gimmick. The kid's hardcore. Is his middle name Hard? That's a good question. Core Hard. James William Core Jackson. Well, it'll be very interesting if he comes up and he just becomes an amazing shortstop, and we've got that story that's spinning every couple weeks. Jim, James, William, Bill, Will. What's wrong with any of these names? It's a good question. Those are all solid names. He's just trying. It sounds like he's a showman. He's a showman. So he probably just thought that posting the swastika would get a laugh out of people, is my guess. Why the fuck would you go by Harold? Now, Harold's a stupid fucking name. No offense to anyone listening who goes by the name Harold. Harold is a fucking stupid ass fucking name. I'm not gonna go by the name fucking Harold. I was gonna say something. I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say something though. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna bite my fucking tongue. Harold is a nice American name. Sage says to leave Harold Landry alone. Harold and Landry are both terrible names. I mean, I know he was a good little outside linebacker there, but he's got a terrible name. Both his first and last name are terrible. At least Core Jackson, you know, this guy fucking means business. This guy is a fucking alpha male. I cannot believe that's the way that we're ending the stream, but the way we're going to end the stream is by talking about Core Jackson and what he did back in the heyday when he was blackout fucking drunk, which I can respect, by the way. Not the other part, the blackout drunk part. He was drinking too many dry ice, and that's what got him. Could happen to anybody, right? Could happen to you. Alright, guys. That's a wrap. Zal, you go get your beauty sleep. Please bring another story like that to the table tomorrow. And yeah, just too many Steve Weisers. You know, you got to know when to cut it off. Once you get to that fucking 15 to 20 range, it's time to just blow the whistle. Where were his friends? Why weren't they blowing the whistle at him? Unbelievable. Just unfucking believable. Alright. Alright. It's been good. It's been fun. We shared some laughs. We shared some great news. We'll be back at it tomorrow where we will have an extended stream. And y'all have a good night. Just remember, don't drink too many Steve Weisers. Don't need you guys getting blackout drunk and making the same mistakes that Core Jackson made. And yes, 100% says that Jerry Jones has lost his marbles. The poll has been ended. And that's it. Have a good night, guys.